What up? It's Jimmy from Odds.com. This is a clip from our big NBA show. If you want to check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on Odds.com. And 9:30 p.m. Eastern is next for us. Another game where we don't have a full market. Suns open up as 6-point favorites on the road at Houston. They're now 5.5-point favorites. And while everybody was drinking the Suns juice, we faded them in their game against the Pistons. And I haven't gone back. I shouldn't pat myself in the back because I haven't kept fading them, but I certainly haven't been betting them. Suns 7-5, 4-4 on the road at the Houston Rockets, 4-8, 3-3 at home. We're at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Suns 24th in pace in the last 5 games, 97.40 possessions a game. Rockets are third, 103.5 possessions a game. Suns have lost 3 of 4, coming off a 108-104 loss at Memphis. Booker off night, 5 of 21 for 12 points. Ayton led the scores with 18 points. And he added 16 boards, but what looks to be a very skilled starting 5 did not look good against Memphis. And Ayton should have been eaten because Valanciunas was out with COVID, and he's not taking the steps that we expected from him after going number 1 overall. Cameron Payne, questionable with an ankle injury. Dario Saric, Damian Jones, Jalen Smith are out due to COVID protocols. So Saric is a little bit of a loss, but not a ton. Rockets have lost 2 straight in 4 or 5. They're coming off a 125-120 loss at Chicago Monday night in Victor Oladipo's debut. Oladipo was excellent, 32 points, 9 assists. Christian Wood, another big game with 30 points and 9 boards. John Wall missed the Bulls game, continues to be out with a knee injury. He won't be available this evening. Wham Bam, we'll start with you, Suns, Rockets.
Yeah, it seems like Victor Oladipo loves his new team. He's saying all the right things. Had a great game on the first game back, first game out. And it's like you said, John Wall didn't play, so I'm expecting him to play this next game. I honestly think this Rockets team is going to be pretty good, though, to be honest with you. I don't think they're going to be great, but they could beat this team here. You know what I mean? So I don't want to go with this Rockets team, though, to be honest with you, just because they have so many question marks, who they're going to trade, who they're going to keep. As far as a lot of guys don't know who their future is in this team, like PJ Tucker. I would even think House as well. The reason why he's been out for a while, I don't think he's probably going to stay around on this team. So I think at that point, you don't want to go ahead long term. But in this matchup, I think they got a good idea of having the better players and a better depth. I don't feel like Phoenix is really playing up to their potential, and having Cameron Johnson, I think he's coming back, but he may be questionable. I believe Cameron Johnson is questionable, so he may not be playing. That's a big thing, man. He's playing really good defense for them. They want him in that lineup, and they I mean, as far as Ayton lets guys outplay him all the time. So I could easily see Christian Wood having a great game today. So I don't want to go against Phoenix because I think they are the better team. But in this matchup, I think that you could get the edge to Houston. So I'm off this game, honestly.
I think it's a good breakdown sound. It makes sense. The Suns are an angry group, but I'm still hesitant to back them. Let's hear what Dutch Boy Price has to say. Suns, Rockets.
Yeah, I definitely think the Suns are a better team. I don't know if I want to lay the points, this amount of points on the road with them. I just did the other day against the Grizz, and I still have that salty taste in my mouth. But I'm looking here at the under here, Jim. The Suns are 8-4 to the under on the season. The Suns are 6-2 to the under on the road. The under is 6-3 in the last 9 meetings versus the 2, and 4-1 in their last 5 in Houston. Now the Rockets under 4 in their last 5 games. You mentioned the pace has slowed down a lot. The under is 1-4-1 at home this year, and also 14 of the last 17 in Houston have went under. I don't believe you said you had a number there, Jim, but what I seen was 219.5.
Oh, really?
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't lock it in or none. I just saw what I seen when I was doing my breakdowns right before it came on, and I love that number. I'm hoping that I can get it when it hits the board. But yeah, 219.5 is what I was looking at. And I'm also looking at Booker. You shined in a little bit on it. You know, he was had a horrible night, 12 points, 5 of 21 from the field versus the Grizz. He's averaging 29 his last 3 meetings versus Houston. But if you watch that game, he missed a dunk, and it was on Bleacher Report. They pretty much blasted him for it. It was pretty nasty. And he also missed a 3 that would have put him up. And then Grayson Allen went down there and put the 3 up to pretty much seal the deal. Booker's a great player to me. He's a competitor. I expect him to bounce back. He's averaging 22 on the season. I definitely expect him to get over that. Some probably closer to 30. So I'll definitely be looking at Booker as well.
I like that.
Let's see if I can get you a anything here. And no, they're too bad. Okay, if I was hoping maybe William Hill would have it, but they haven't dropped it either. So if you see anything,
Yeah, we'll have to be out. We got a lot of numbers, a lot of lines we got to be looking at. So definitely, I'll hit you as soon as I see something.
Got it.
all right. So you are interested in Booker props.
Booker points, and definitely I want to lock in the under as soon as we hit the board.
Booker points props, and I think the Booker bet makes sense. It really does.
Yeah, man. I like that too.
Yeah, matchup wise, I mean, as long as he's knocking down his shots, like he went 5 for 21, I expect that to happen again. He's one of the better shooters in the league. Definitely one of the better scorers.
Absolutely. It's just a matter of time till he goes off. I wonder. I'd be very curious. I'd love just to poke my head into the locker room and see if he's upset about the pace and the changes this year, because he certainly doesn't look like himself out there, and he's not handling this change with Chris Paul. And it's all nice for him to take sort of a back seat and let Chris Paul control the pace when they're winning. But now they've lost 3-4, and he just doesn't look like himself.
I mean, it should be a good fit for him, to be honest with you. Paul doesn't do anything but make other players better, create more shots for him. So
absolutely.
I don't understand why Booker would. He's not Russell Westbrook out there, or John Wall, out there taking all his shots. Paul wants Booker to shoot over Chris. I would think in his mind. So I don't know, but maybe Jim.